Hi, and welcome to lesson number 20 of the Fundamentals of Slovenian Grammar course. So, in the last few lessons, we've been focusing on Slovenian verbs and how to conjugate verbs. So, how to say I work, you work, he, she works, and so on and so forth in Slovenian, of course. And we've explained regular versus irregular verbs. And last time we also explained that we can think of Slovenian verbs in terms of three kind of categories. It's either with the final a as the vowel, or an e, or an e. And today we will practice that. So this is the exact same type of exercise that we've done twice so far, but now we're using the three verbs of znati, razumeti, and govoriti. So what's different about this exercise is that I intentionally included the last vowel to the ending. So last time it said zna hyphen, like if we were to do it the same as we did it in the last two, it would say zna hyphen mo, but now it's zn hyphen amo. Basically, we just added an a from the stem to the ending. Now, to some of you, this might make it easier, while for others, this might just make it more confusing. Like you've gotten used to like one thing, and now all of a sudden we're changing it. If it's confusing, just think of it as zna and mo. You can pause the video yourself anyway and do this passively and sort of disregard the fact that now we're doing it as zn and then amo. But for those that might make this easier to remember, we're just including one extra vowel like we explained in the last lesson. So, znamo, here we have the amo, technically speaking the mo ending, but today we'll do them like this. So, amo, which is mi, me, which is we, and it's znati, to know how to. Ne razumeš, who doesn't understand? Razumeš, or if it's easier to think of it as ish, then it's ti, you, razumeti. Govoriva, so far we've learned about va, so it's govoriva. Maybe it's easier to think in terms of iva, govoriva. This is the two of us, midve, govoriti, to speak. We have apparently two other verbs beside to know, to understand, to know how to understand, and to speak. So mislio, misliti is to think. Mislio, who thinks? Mislio, or you can think of it as io if that's easier. It is they. Misliti. Plačam, plačam, or plačam, it is I. To pay. So we have znati, to know how to, razumeti, to understand, govoriti, to speak, misliti, to think, and plačati, to pay. A razumete, a yes-no question. Does who understand? Razumete, or if it's easier, ete. The te ending is you, plural. Razumeti. A misliš, misliš is how we would have phrased it in the how we would have done it in the past lessons. You can also think of it as ish. Misliš ti, you, and misliti. Ne govorita, govorita, it's the ta ending. In this case, the vowel is an I, so ita. Vidva, vidve, onadva, onidve, you two, they two, govoriti. A plačamo. This is a mistake. It should say, of course, plačamo or plačamo. I apologize. And plačamo is mi, we. Ne znava, znava, va is we two. If we include the vowel, it's ava. Midva, midve, znati, to know how to. Ne znam, who doesn't know how to? Znam, or if we add the vowel, it's and it's ash, a. So it's jas, I, znati, to know how to. Mislim, who thinks? Misli, it's a final m. If we add a vowel, im, because it's im, ish, I. Ash, a, or im, ish, I, or im, ish, e. Plača, te. Te is the you, plural ending. You can think of it as ate as well if you would like to. plaćati, to pay. Govorim, govorim, or im, iš, I, it's jas, govoriti. A ne razumeta, ta, the most ambiguous ending, you two, they two, we can add the vowel, think of it as eta. Razumeti. Plaća, who pays? It's either plaća and a zero ending, or you can think of it as a final a. And in that case, it's on ona, plaćati, to pay. Govoriva. Who is talking? Va is we two. The final vowel can make it iva, if that's easier to remember. The we two, of course. Govoriti. Mislita, ta, you two, they two. In this case, it's ita. The final vowel is an i. You two, they two. And misliti. Ne razume. Who doesn't, it should say understand. I apologize. Who doesn't understand? Razume and a zero ending, or you can think of it as a final e, like im, ish, e. Razumem, razumesh, razume. And that is, of course, he, she. Razumeti. A ne zna, doesn't who know how to. And that is either zna and plus zero ending, or you can think of it in terms of ash, a. A is he, she. On, znati. A ne razumejo. Doesn't who understand? We're asking, doesn't someone understand? And the someone is razume yo or ejo, if that makes it easier, and that's oni, one. Razumeti. A mislita, ta, you two, they two. In this case, it's ita. Ne znava, va, that's the two of us. In this case, it's ava, because a is the last vowel, we two. Znati. Ne govori, govori plus zero ending. If we want, we can think of it in terms of the i, im, ish, i. He, she, on, ona, govoriti. Plaćava, va, that is the two of us. You can think of it as ava, we two. Midva, midve, plaćati. And that is it for today's lesson. I just like to say one more time, if this is confusing, if you've finally kind of gotten used to the pattern we've shown, then definitely just stick to that, because that is kind of like, technically speaking, what's actually going on. What we wanted to say is we just wanted to highlight that the final vowel of the stem can be either a or e or e. And just maybe knowing that piece of information as well can make learning the whole thing slightly easier. But if it's easier to think in terms of ash, a, im, ish, e, or im, ish, i, or if it's easier to just think of it in terms of sh, nothing, it makes absolutely no difference. So do whatever feels best and most natural, and like what helps you learn the fastest, I guess. So this is we will continue on the topic of verbs. We still haven't gotten to the end of like everything there is to say about verbs, but we're getting there. And so hopefully this isn't too difficult, and we will cover verbs in the near future, so much so that we can then turn our attention to the world of nouns, which we said is quite a bit more complicated than the world of verbs. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying these lessons. Hopefully Slovenian grammar isn't too bad, or in any case, I hope this is better than just taking a Slovenian grammar book and trying to learn that way, because that's pretty bad, and this is coming from someone that's a linguist and knows what they're saying, and it's still difficult to understand. So yeah, good luck on your Slovenian journey. Thank you for tuning in, and see you in the next lesson.